Hello, everybody. This is Mary from Pangerbon Gaming, and we're at Vault 88. I had to rebuild it again. Well, put it this way, I started a new character when we got the update. And one of the main reasons that I'm showing you this video, I know I already showed you a video of a vault that I built back in 23 or 22. But in that vault that I showed you before, um, ghouls spawned in the middle of the atrium. That is not a spawn point. So I was trying to figure out what was going on. So when the update came and we got all the new upgrades and the new storylines and that type of thing to do with Creation Club, etc., I decided, well, I'll start a new character, and this is that character. So I got the Vault 88 and I started to build the vault. Now I ignored Overseer Barstow. I basically used the threat option and she left. So with doing that, I also forgot, of course, about the three NPCs that you usually get with them, but I continued to build the vault. Now, what actually happened there was something odd as well. The vault, the main structure, the huge big square cave that you get and that type of thing was basically built. I had some of the residential area done, and I had what you call it, the I'll open this now. Uh, the majority of like the canteens and all the canteen done and stuff like that. And I had about 22 settlers in here. Now, what proceeded to happen after that was when I went to lower the actual build cap, I couldn't. It was just staying static at one point and it wouldn't lower for me. Now, I build in God mode. I've explained that before. And so I can carry items. I carried about 9,000 in weight of guns, dropped them on the ground, and no, I couldn't lower the thing at all. So I went on, let's left it as it was, and then I got a notification again. One of the main reasons I built this vault, I got a notification to defend it. When I got here, the whole atrium and part of the upstairs was full of feral ghouls, and there was charred ghouls, and there was two of the green ones, the green ghouls. I can bring them all back. So after a huge battle, and I had dog meat, he's fully perked up, so he's actually a killer. Um, I realized four of my settlers were dead. So I said, I've had enough of this. I need to find out what's going on. So I called everybody, my traders and all back. And what I did then was I basically rehomed every single one of them that were left. So I decided to build this vault and I turned off the beacon. I came back in here on Saturday and I decided, well, I'm scrapping everything. I even scrapped everything in here except the desk. You can't scrap the desk because it has to do with the emergency lockdown thing or jig or whatever it is. Did I lock this thing again? I'm locking it again. So I went around all the tunnels to make sure I hadn't ignored anything, and I hadn't. And what I found odd, because I had to activate all the workshops. There's three workshops that connect to the main workshop here, as most people who have built the vault, I've built many times, will know that there's four workshops, so you have to connect three of them to the main one. And I connected them all. So I still couldn't figure out what was going on because the bar, and this is what I'm talking about for those who don't understand what I'm talking about. If you look up there on the right hand side, it says size. That's your build cap. Now, in the vault, it's quite a big build cap, but I couldn't move it. it was almost, it was at the yellow mark. I couldn't move it. Even after scrapping everything, it was still at the yellow mark. So I said I went through everything, scrapped absolutely everything in here, and then I dropped 9,000 in weight of guns, put them into the workshop, took everything out of the workshop, dropped them again, and then the it started to go down. So I've rebuilt the vault. Now, at this point, I would say I'm on the third bar of the size cap, so I can't build any more. But I wanted to show the new one to you, as well, because I'm still trying to figure out what happened about the spawning of them coming into the middle of the atrium, which is not a spawn point. The spawn points are basically up at the pharmacy, which is at University Point. They'll come in that way. They'll come through the tunnels over through that door. And I think there's another spawn point as well from there's like a manhole or something that they can come down. All those areas are blocked and they all have turrets on them anyway. So I don't know, as I said, what's going on. I got a call today to come in to defend this vault right now. And the thing about it was I arrived just a couple of minutes too late and said, you failed to defend the vault. But all these turrets, the ballistic turrets, they needed repairing. Even down here needed repairing. As I said, the door was closed, etc. And as I said, settlers can still come through the door. But all these were needed repairing in here. And the way I have this set up, excuse me for a minute, guys, I have a bit of a raw throat. Sorry about that. Um, the way I have this set up is this is a door that you can't get through, only on one side. Of course, I have the workshop, I can lift it out of the way. So when they come through here, they automatically go through the rad thing, right? And then they go through it again, just in case they decide to go somewhere else. And when I have a new settler now, another one, I know he's new because he's not dressed in his proper clothes. Come through here, dog meat. Come on. So I can shut that. Okay. This was broken. I had to repair it. There was no sign of any battles. This was okay. That's part of the enclave thing. This was all right. This was broken. That's into the security rooms. I said there's nothing in there. I repaired that. Now, when something happens and you don't appear, the settlers will automatically say, we have to do something about whoever it is that's coming in. They have said nothing. I went into the atrium area. Nothing was touched there. Now, if I go around to this section, these ballistic ones were all broken. I had to repair them. Again, the laser ones were not. It makes no sense. I then went into the hydroponics where I have missiles there, the ballistics, they weren't touched, but then there was some of the food was broken, and yet there was no dead bodies. In here, of course, is where you have the main, well, it's the actual reactor that you're given with the game. This is the workshop that you have to like match up all the other ones with it within the tunnels. So as I said, I don't understand what's going on because he's going to wait now to speak to me. I'll just speak to him quickly here now. Hold on. I'll just say need anything. Well, you're only after arriving, dude, so you know nothing about raider attacks, and I certainly know nothing about raider attacks either because there's no bodies on the ground anywhere, and there should be if I've been attacked by raiders. But as I said, he's literally only after arriving. I've been here a good part of the day. These ones were not broken, which are here. They were not broken at all, and anything inside the atrium was not broken. As I said, this leads to hydroponics. Nothing in there was broken except the bits of corn that only turned up broken after I had already harvest harvest them. So I never usually use these main hallways entering into the atrium. But because of what happened with four settlers dying, I said, well, at least I have a better chance of fighting in here than being in these narrow tunnels, is where four of my settlers died. Now, at this point in time, let me just check data here on this. 34 settlers. No, I don't have 34 settlers. I have 31 at this point. There's three. I don't know what they're doing, whether they're counting the three that should have been with the actual quest line, or whether they. Yesterday, I thought when I was down some as well, they were saying I had more than I had. I thought they were counting the four that had died, but I haven't got 34 settlers in here. I have 31. That's it, and there was two of them unemployed as it is. So anyway, just to give you a tour of this, as I said, a lot of people say you can't light up the front area. You can. And I've done it before, usually with generators. But for the first time, as I said, this is my first time building the vault since the update. I was able to wire right through here without glitching onto this area to brighten this up. And for the first time ever, I've built this vault many times. I've nearly 2,000 hours in on the game. I was able to put lights on the ceiling of these long hallways. I usually have to put lights here on the walls, and it makes it very dark and weird and creepy looking. But yeah, I was able to put these bulbs in. Now, I don't use mods. I use what you call it, the Creative Club. I don't consider them mods. They have been approved by the game, but I don't use any other mods, any type of other mod that can place anything anywhere or just change anything around. So what I have here are basically three atriums, one there, one over here, and one this way to hydroponics. So we're going to enter the atrium first, and you'll find out why I have this here like that. Now, as you can see, my atrium is very bright, and that's only because I use the ordinary electric light bulb up here. I use that along the ceiling, and then I use it. I put this main pillar right up as well, and I hung some bulbs along that and the little ceiling bulbs that can hang along it as well. But it's quite a bright, as you can see, it is very bright. It's not dark at all. Now, when we come in here, I put security, and here's just a very small room. And I have a security guard here. I think he's security as well. I don't know. A lot of them stand around. Of course, once I arrive, they stand around. I think it happens with everybody when they come into the vault or any settlement now. So I'm going to just sit down and just wait for now. See if they start doing things. All right, then. In here, I put my barber. Okay, I had a sink and all in here, but it's very small. I took the sink out. Now, over here, I have one clinic. Upstairs, I have a hospital. So this is one of our doctors here, and I think she's a bit of a brain surgeon. So that's the Halloween stuff, which is nonsense, really. I know a lot of people were forced into the creative club or whatever you call the thing, but the thing is, at the end of the day, like the Halloween stuff is nonsense. Not really required. I'm going to turn that light out so you can see that it's really not that dark in here. Now, if you're building shops and you want to build happiness for your place, uh, the guns, the weapons, and the armor do not give happiness. I want to make that quite clear. They do not give happiness. All the others do. But I included one of each in here. There's a small armor and a small weapons. Just did that. Might well use some of this stuff and put some guns up here as well. And this is mainly where, like, I don't always, I sort of live between all the settlements when I'm building them. So this is the Captain Cosmos power armor. I love this one because you can get it very early in the game. Of course, you have to fight a lot of ghouls to get it, but you get the actual uh, jetpack with it. So you don't have to wait for missions to get it or to have science and all that type of thing. Another thing, since the update, if you're building turrets, I think everybody knows that you can build the first turret, I'll show it to you now, the ballistic turret. I go in here to, no, I don't want that. Uh, this one, you don't have to have any skills. This one, you need gun nut and so forth. You can see the ranks as you go up along it. These are you need them for that as well. And this one, you need gun nut 3. But since the update, I can build these straight away. I don't need any of the skills. And as I said, I build in God mode. I went out of God mode to see if that's what was causing it. It's not. I could still build these from scratch when I was at Sanctuary. So I don't know what's going on there. It's a good thing. Maybe I don't know, but just so you know that. So in here, as I said, I always put these little, you know, either one of the normal sort of trash cans because these will fill up with stuff from what happened to dog meat there? He just went out the wall. I don't know. Anyway, as I said, this is a weird vault. It's very peculiar. These will fill up with items that you might need. The cigarette machine will fill up with cigarettes, it gives you cloth. Just bear with me for 1 minute, guys, please. I have a bit of a tickle. Sorry about that. I have ME, and I've had it since December 2008. I've been bedridden since 2014. I have no swallow per se, and I have no saliva. So when I get tickly throats and that type of thing, I do have to cough. That looks as if it's off the ground. It's actually not. So in here, I Slocum's Joe. It's not really because Slocum's Joe doesn't work anymore since the update. So if you have a counter with Slocum's Joe, the guy will be standing there, looks as if he's able to barter with you, etc., etc. All he's selling is whatever he has in his own inventory. It doesn't work. If you placed one of the Slocum's Joe's counters in a settlement before the update, it still works. So I'm just telling you that that's why it's called Slocum's Joe's, but I just have a bar in place. Okay. Yeah, they're real chatty in here, I've noticed, since these suits are on them now and all that. And that's how I know who's new and who isn't, because they all have armor on them. Well, that's the new guy. And I don't know how he knows anything about whatever happened, because I said he just arrived. And this happened about, I'd say, possibly about 8 hours ago. So he should know nothing about it. They're a bit cheeky, though, coming in and saying stuff like that, though, when they just arrive in here. So, in the Soakham's Joy, it still put out the donut things. And since I got rid of Barstow, have disconnected. There's nobody going to use this. I don't know what that can do to my settlers. It's not telling me. So I don't know whether to starve them and kill them. So nobody's going on that. I put a coffee machine here, a cooking stove, a sink, and the usual things, and a donut fryer in here to make it look, well, a little bit more realistic, I suppose. And I left this open in case, again, ghouls came in, at least they can get out on an open. Yeah, an open dog me. He's get out from the open in an open area instead of trying to get through a door. Now down here, I just put some more benches because these two are here. It made a good reason to have them there. Now, this little trough that's here is from Nuka World, and you can use it for the Brahmin. But I've been using it for putting plants into it, and they just go into it. There's no glitching involved in it at all. But what I did do to get to square them up into place, I just rug glitched them together around the pillar and just put wooden forums around it because I thought it looked nice with just the wood on it so they could sit down. And as I said, like you can still see, it's still quite bright. So upstairs here, I just put more of the wooden forms, little places for them to sit, the scavenging stations as well. As I said, I can't really put more in here. Then I made this, technically it should be like a bridge, but my settlers cannot get onto it. And I just put a load of turrets onto this in case the ghoul spawned in again. And none of these were broken. As I said, I don't know what's going on. I think oh, good for you. So more seating, as I said, creative club chairs, etc. And up here I have my clothing store. I made it into a big clothing store with two clothes. I have to get that hat off and start looking. hmm Now we have Anne Hargreaves here. Now she is a tailor, she's a dressmaker and that type of thing. So just if you happen to be like me and you're the Minuteman type of thing, she sells the colonial duster. That's the outfit that Preston wears, and it's only 16 caps. So it's not that expensive, but if you're looking for it. Also, all clothing people sell the militia hats and they always sell 2 Minutemen outfits, which are very handy because the Minutemen outfits you can also cover in armor. You can wear armor with them. This is the colonial duster. All right. So just so you know that she has it and you can find her if you do the mission to get strong and you find let me I'll see if I have it on the map. I'll have to go over to the map now. Give me a moment. I think it's over here somewhere. Is it? There it is there. WRVR broadcast station. Now, the Coast Guard Pier is there. There's E-Grade Tours Marina. I have to build that one now with this guy. Um, but that's where you'll find her. She's right there. You go in, talk to her. Ask what she did or whatever, and then you can ask her to come to work for you. And you can send her to sanctuary, put her on the thingamajig, and get her to say, or you can. That's where I originally had her that I built here, and I sent her here as well. Okay, so that's how you get her. She's one of the special sellers. Of course, the Voltec guy is another one. Um, except he drives me nuts, so I left him in sanctuary. So around here, I just have a lavatory. Of course, they don't use them, and then here it's sort of like a follow through from downstairs. I was going to do a lot more here, but as I said, I don't, my game is getting very iffy. I put a security guard here, posted on the wall some forums, uh, an ashtray. And as you can see, this is an atrium area as well, but it's leading into a casino. And I have another ashtray here, another forum to sit on, pictures on the wall, coffee machine. So they're all walking around. And I put another trader, a general trader in here as well. So going this way, we go straight into what I call the casino with the bar. Now, these are Creative Club. So the lights, etc., the furniture. And I'm using these, I'm allowing them to use these for the simple reason that, well, they're not losing money on it or whatever, and it's making them happy. And it's just a bar here as well. And I usually have that on. I have it off right now, and I have a tall table with the stools around it. Now this leads to two sets of toilets. This is the men's toilets in here. And what I did here was give two, they're not showers. I gave them two showers. This is the conduit from the electricity, and you just stick one of those things onto it. Looks like, yeah, you're having a shower, fine. And then I just gave them one toilet in here. And of course, I gave them a cigarette machine. I gave them two sinks. Now, over here, we have the ladies. Goes them, dog needs been around, open all the doors. And in here, I gave the ladies a bath and a toilet, and it's the same in here. And just say it's right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Good one. So I gave them cigarette machine, two sinks, and I used the keeps opening the door. The slogans Joe walls to separate in there. And then this leads into our gym. These bicycles, I have them set up type of thing. Nobody's going on them either. They can kill if they're not, if they haven't, the chosen thing hasn't been chosen. It's just there for show. I have another one of the things here, the drink machines, and they just have the horse and they have two weight, what do you call the weight benches or whatever. So they come up here, they're very happy. And then I just have the gym and another cigarette machine here. So go back down this way. That brings us back to the atrium. The atrium. Now, we go around this way past the security. We come to another hallway. had intended to do a lot more, but as I said, again, frame rates and the fact that I'm on the third bar, I put in this Coca-Cola from Coca-Cola or Nuka World, Coca-Cola, Nuka World, and one of these guys just sat on it. It's a pity that I can't actually assign somebody to this. It would be nice. And I just put two thrones here, some of the more posters, these heads or whatever, and that leads back out there. And as I said, we're in another atrium area. That's where above us there, of course, is the, who said that? Oh, you're right. Okay. And another security guard in here. And I just put a rocket here. So this goes to hydroponics. I have cameras everywhere in here. Now, if this was weird, as I said earlier on, I checked in here and everything was fine because I harvested everything. And then about a half an hour later, all these things were broken. So I don't know. Maybe the place is haunted. There's a coffee station. I put a couple of plants on tables. Um, these weren't touched, so I don't believe there was anything happened in here. If you put down one of these planters, you can place a water pump on it. So I did that just to have it in the garden section. And I used this Halloween tree as a scarecrow. But if somebody broke in, it didn't scare them very much. And there she's trying to get out of. I wish they'd stop doing that. But anyway, so that's hydroponics. How much food do I have in here right now? Hold on. It's not going to let me do it. I have 53 food. Okay. So I have to go back into first person. It's easier for you guys to see. So again, this brings us out here. I left it dark in here on purpose because I had intended to put something else in here with more lighting. But of course, once you start putting all the lights in, everything starts to go crazy in here. As I said, they moved out a little bit out in the security area. Where you are one now? So we go up here. Is this where I'm going now? Yeah. Up this way. Stay over here. And we will go this way first. Overseer, residential, and lavatory. Now, as we go this way, they're all standing around now. This part leads, there's two lavatories here. This leads to residential. I intended to do more here. I can't, again, crash. So I just put in two beds in a bedroom, not that well decorated. As I said, I don't use mods, so placing stuff down is a bit of a problem, especially in these places where the settlers will be constantly coming in and out of. So I said no to that. I don't know what they're looking at there. They're looking up at something. I don't know what it is. Anyway, up here, then this is, well, should be the overseer's room. I didn't use the desk. It's pointless and useless. I just wanted to make I think he's the guy that's unemployed as well. Um, some nice place for them to come and sit, and they can look out the window if they want to. Now, over here, I put overseer residential, lavatory, and this is just a different room. I put more into it, and I wanted to try this is supposed to be a double bed. It holds a whole two people. It's down as two beds. So I have Anne in here, but I don't think she's okay. She'll sleep in it. But the other one I have upstairs, I put it into two beds and only one person is using it. So we have two sets of residential up here. There's not really much to look at, just small rooms, as I said, two beds. Then you walk down this way, just basically the same thing. As I said, I wasn't going to town on, but even now the game is sort of crippled a bit. So yes, I have two people in here, and of course I'm recording as well, so it's going to bring the frame rate down for me. So I have these here, and then we have a laboratory at this end. So if I go back into the overseer's room, right across from here, there's the other residential. Some of them are different than others. As I said, I tried to be a bit more giving with things I was putting out. I realized, oh no, this is causing problems. So just somewhere to sit, somewhere to sleep, and this one as well. So there's plenty of beds in here for everyone, but there's still another level to go. So we need to go out this way, down down the stairs here, and back out onto the atrium. Now we're going to go up to the hospital. But this is residential, the classroom and laboratory. This is yes, and the hospital. That's why I knew I had a hospital thing up there. She just keeps standing here. She does nothing. Um, so this leads down to the classroom and the laboratory. And of course, I put one of, think about this, and if you're a child, like, that's ridiculous. Just an ordinary laboratory. And this is our classroom. So the little desks, they can sometimes fill up with things as well from people who are on the scavenging thing there. And I actually got a bottle of vodka in here. Funny. So I just put up photographs. These are Creative Club, the paintings, the cat and the dog. And since I don't have a blackboard, I just use a couple of these gum things and put up the alphabet and some numbers. And yes, I have a camera in here as well because I don't know where, if anything does come in, I want to be able to know where they're coming from. So up here is leads to, well, I have to call it a clinic, but there's no word for a hospital in here. So this part here, this is where I really get the problems. There are three huge apartments that we're about to come up to here, and they have the trees, the little plants out in front of them. The first two are for people maybe visiting, going to the hospital, or if they wanted to stay, they can. So there's this bed, as I said again, and I did place some items in here, which is why I think there's a huge problem right now. Uh, just did them up. I'm getting a whole lot of frame rate drops. I'm going to walk very slowly right now. This is our kitchen, and these are just burgundy bottles, etc. I have the radios turned off, and I just Sorry, I can't even say I glitched it in. It just went in on top of it. I said I got lucky with some of these things. Um, I did rug glitch these two couches together. Of course, they have their television they can activate. Nothing on it. Of course, there's nothing on television in the real world either. Um, and we have these little bits and bobs I put here. And then I put these here as wardrobes, mainly. And then they have their bathroom. Close that one off. And I'm going to close this door. Now, up here is the second one. The pricing hasn't opened it. This is slightly different. And I placed like a teapot there, whatever. Again, it's like the wardrobes, the trash can, gave them nice furniture. And as I said, this is slightly different, made it into another nice kitchen area. Oh, yes, we're getting very laggy right now. This glitched, I have to say, glitched itself in. Um, and it was a fluke. I couldn't do it again. So I said, well, I'm leaving that. That's one for the books. So I'm leaving that there. And I gave them a double bed and they don't have a television, but they have a radio. And then over here, I gave them, put the shower in the bath. There was no glitching involved in that. It just goes in. It depends on the height of the ceiling, of course. That's this. These are the special rooms. As I said, maybe people visiting the hospital for a reason. So down here is where our two doctors live. This is the residential. Now, as you can see, this room is slightly smaller than the other two. That's because I couldn't build over the atrium ceiling. So this is just a smaller kitchen and it probably has a more lived-in feeling type of thing about it. As I said, I don't like placing ice because it does cause problems. Um, and then they have the bath with the shower, toilet, and the sink that's up to your chin. Uh, and believe me, when you're in a vault, you have no way of sort of trying to glitch things properly in because everything is taken up to the vault. I gave them a fireplace, nice picture of a dog. We're pretending they have a cat. You cannot bring animals in here through cages, etc. And as you can see, there's toys here as well. So we are assuming, and what I'm saying, they have children. So I made this long hallway for the bedroom. And as you can see, I have no problem. There's all lighting up here. But when I got into here, even though there's lighting and electricity all around the place, I cannot, no lights will come on the ceiling. That's why there's so much lighting here. So this is where the doctors sleep. Well, I don't think they are. I think one is sleeping in here and the other is sleeping here. Um, and this is basically what we consider the children's section. And this is their trunk full of toys. So again, I just used these as wardrobes and I pushed them in a little bit so you could still see the wallpaper through it. So just close that now as I get out of here as quickly as we can before the game crashes. Yes, come on, Dogmeat. And this would be leading in to what I'm calling the hospital. These things are very hard to place because they have a huge wide back on them here. You can see the amount of space that's left over from it. It's ridiculous. So I just put one of them here. And as we walk in here, it's nighttime now, our doctors are gone. We have the waiting area here. We have a Victory, Nuka Victory. This would be our clinic, the filing systems. And then we have the maternity ward. That's what makes this unusual. We have our security guard here. We're in a hospital after all. And we have a desk here for our nurses. And then we had just have a camera going through here. And then we have the baby ward. Now, an awful lot of times I've been up in here and at night, it's probably too late right now. The settlers come in and they stand here looking at the cots, which is interesting. Uh, go in here, we're at the ward. as I said, we have teddy bears, no changing table, so I gave them this, some little toys. He's looking around as well. Um, and we have chairs like for the nursing and that type of thing going on. And I put milk bottle there. Some of these things are being moved around. This would, yeah, you saw that, didn't you guys? Yeah. I don't know what he did. Did he actually dive on it or something? I'm not judging him. This would be the nurse's station again. I put fridges in here. At one point, all those toys were sitting on top of that table, but they're not anymore. At least the little kitty of Buttercup is still there. So then I made the four beds and I used the conduit again to give the effect that that curtain can roll around for privacy. Leave it be. Um, he probably thinks he's found something. And I just put these lockers out here. So that's technically a nursery in earnest and a ward. So you go down the stairs here and we have the operating theatre that way and laboratories are this way. This is our doctor. So there's four toilets. The doors are usually shut, but the settlers do come down and open them. Uh, but they just usually just get stuck here. So this is the operating theatre. And it's for general operations as well. And so we have the surgery chair here and this thing for the eyes. I have somebody on it, but nobody's going to be using it other than that. I don't know if it will take an eye out. I don't know what it is done. But again, this bulb is weird. You can see all the lights are working in here, but you connect this, three power, it will not work. So I had to use the, what you call it, the conduit stuff again and went outside and placed a generator outside there. Again, we have the drinking thing very high up. Um, so that's our specialty ward, hospital. I have to get out of here quite quickly, guys. Frame rates are down, frame rates are down. We just have to sort of move. I just get out of this area. Go down past here. And she's been standing there for 8 hours. I can tell you that. Um, I even fast traveled out, came back in again after doing something, and yeah, she was still standing there. So we're back out to this section. We're just going to calm it down a bit now, and then we're going to go out to where the reactor is. So we're going to go this way. Hello, how are you? Again, these weren't touched, so I don't know what happened. So in here is another atrium room. These walls would not go in for me, so I'll cover them in posters. Same over here, I couldn't get a wall in. And I turned this into a trader's. And they're gone now at the moment. They're tiny, it's all type of thing for the day. They're on their break. And as I said, I don't place items, guys. I haven't got any mods to do that. And these are just items from Creative Club. These just sort of glitched in on their own. I just tried it and they just glitched in on their own. I didn't use rugs or anything. I put a lamp there and some of the plants, as I said, little things to make it look like as if there was something in here other than just this shop at home clocks, etc. He has a radio, it's usually on, and I put some of the pillows and stuff that you can get. So these things will not move. And some seating with plants around this area. And I put a throne in here so somebody could read if they wanted to. And I couldn't get the pillory thing in there. Yeah, it's the vault stuff is crazy. I've built it several times, so I'm quite used to the nonsense of it. So these turrets are just sort of hidden in the dark spaces. And this now will bring us, I wonder if you'll come with me down to where I have, yeah, he has the door open and everything. Um, Down here to the reactor room. Now, the the original sort of square cave that you get is usually as far as your settlers will go. Now, I have this here security guard thing, and I wasn't even going to put anybody on it, but I'm thinking twice about it after what I'll tell you next. So I just put the reactor in here, and I noticed a lot of people, they start connecting this. You don't have to connect it. As I said, the electricity goes through the walls and the floor, so it's already on. There's no need to connect it. If you're putting it in a settlement, you need that thing. All right. So this is creative club stuff as well. I just put them in there to make it look as something important was going on. So that means having a time and a half. So we go up here. I'm having trouble now trying to breathe. As I said, I've now swallowed. So when I'm talking, it affects a lot. And I can't even get under here really that much, guys. So yeah, that was all just painstakingly put in. I have turrets facing out here because I have this section walled off, protected with turrets, and this other section, as you can see, it's on down somewhere else. Okay, which where we will be going. So we get down the stairs here. There's no point in me closing it. We have a lavatory down here. And the reason I mentioned about the people not coming down this far, if you see, they are coming down this far. And there's a reason for it. So this area that that we're coming to I hadn't intended it to be what it is. And as you can see here, nice to see you too. Why are you down here? Storage, weapons, loot, clothing, ammo, and junk. Okay. So this is basically filled with what I would call junk. And mainly because at the very end of that, I have a vault door. Everybody tells you nobody can come through that vault door. That's not true. I had Kate with me when I set it. I ran ahead of her, locked it, got up to about here. Kate opened it. If Kate can open it, so can dog meat, so can anyone. So I said, well, I said, I'm just filling this whole thing in. And I placed the slot machine here. It's not connected. They come down here to use the slot machine. Now, I found that very interesting. Give me one moment, guys. Sorry for the coughing. I found that very interesting because I said if they come down here for a slot machine, then they can come down here to do the security. So I'm going to set one of them at that security desk. I didn't think they would. Now, if I tried to close that now, dog meat will open it again. But how I also found out they were down there was through the cameras, because I've cameras everywhere to find out if anything has spawned in. We're going to the atrium. That's where I'm going. Of course, these windows, they're stupid. But anyway, I put them in just for a bit of effect, guys, but they really have no effect. Like you're looking at the blackness of it all. Yeah, he always goes to the slot machine. I also have two sleeping bags down there, like as if it's just rubbish. The bit of wall glitched in here, which I thought looked nice. So that's just down to the reactor room. So I'm going to set somebody down there on security. So the next area I have to show you now, I think I've showed you practically everything. We have to go through the atrium for this area. Um, is over here. This leads to northeast section of water. And understand what I put there, water 100. But you get 100 water from the big thing. Now, I don't know if he's going to follow me. These weren't broken. Has he stopped following me? Would you look at this? Now, why I'm laughing at this because I was going through the cameras today and he was following what I was watching. So if I was up the stair looking at something upstairs, he was running up the stairs and staring up at the camera at me. Isn't that cute? I hope that me. But this is a very long, laborious walk. There's loads of doors, but of course not much point. So we'll go through here. but you're going way down on the steps. Who needs a gym? This is where the mole rats were bursting through on before we built the thing. And you can hear there's turrets above me there, so they're protecting another area out there. Go up here, and everything is open because dog meat is up here. So this is the water, right? This is your water pig right there. And I want to show you this for a moment because it says I have 103 water. 100 comes from this thing. 3 is from the water pump that's in the hydroponics. It's telling me this produces 85. That's new to me. It's always produced 100. Now it's 85. That is, there's something seriously wrong with this vault. Um, I don't know. Maybe that's why ghouls appear in it. I haven't got a clue. But there's nothing wrong with this thing. It's not broken. It didn't need repairing. There was nothing wrong with it. So when I built this, I looked down and I said, I'm building my player home down here. They can't come down this far. Maybe I'll be wrong about that too. So this is my player home. I don't think I've any radios on or anything in here. And I have the camera here as well. I'll show you how the cameras work. This is my stupidly big bathroom, which is unnecessarily big, but I did it to cover the other area that's outside. We have our silver throne. Now, I couldn't get the thing to work in that to make the shower because these ceilings are lower than the other ones because it's the overseer's thing. And I just put curtains to give the idea and get curtains to go around. I put flower plants up here basically in case anybody's sitting there to give privacy. Of course, they don't use them anyway, guys, so it doesn't really matter. Yes, that. He'll open it in a minute. I love these candles. These are part of the Creative Club as well. I love them because they're on a plate. I don't care whether they're Christmassy or not, but they're on a plate. They're not melting down on top of the wood. I do this again. He's going to open it again. That's my desk, as I said, my seating, and this is my bed here. And I left it that sort of light in that sense to make it nice. And then over here, I have a fire. He's pushing me now. Move. Um, I have a nice fire and just a portrait there. And I love this bookcase. But I believe you can't place items on it. I'm not trying though, because I haven't got the what you call I haven't got the skill, I suppose. Maybe I do, but I haven't got the will. Maybe that's be the word I'm looking for to do it because I know they'll end up falling down. So this is just the kitchen. And then I made a deck out here. Of course, I'm still wondering how we're getting oxygen, but anyway, seating area. So we have a weapons workbench. This is Creative Club, and we have an armor workbench over here. I think that's from the Neon Flats or something. I have donut fryer. I think I put a coffee thing here, did I? Uh, no, I thought I did. We have the chemistry station, the armor station, and down here we have the Nuka Victory. So that's basically the vault. But I wanted to show you the cameras. These are, go in here for a moment now. If I get out of that, Creation Club. That's the arcade cabinets, Art Deco. That's these things here. That's the enclave that we all got. This is the holiday stuff. I don't know whether the Christmas one is still available. It'll probably come back at Christmas. This is the stuff we were forced on. Home decor and all that. But go down here to uh, Creation Club ambush kit. I'm uninterested in the ambushes. You get all these decorations, like you have all the what you call the Fat Man crate. You get these things which are really nice to have as well. And of course, you get in. I think you get a watchtower. Is this walls? Because I can't see them out here. Hold on. Uh, you get these walls with this, which will come in very handy in settlements, and angled metal without it that. Then you get a shooting range as well, which is nice. Um, is that the only thing in that section? Yeah. Then you get the camera. You get this thing. I'm going to show you now. And the cameras. So if you place 20 cameras, you're going to get 20 views of different areas. So we're going to sit down here for a moment because this is quite funny because my character gets electrocuted, I think, when he's watching these things. He's not going to do it for me here. Hold on a moment. Stand them up. Okay. You get the static. So that's one camera. That's in the hospital. You hear him? I think he's been electrocuted. That's one of the places where I have a camera. It's all, I have it all secured. That's into the residential area. That's what you call it, the gym. That's where we are right now, the water area. I'm trying to find one in particular because there's no way I can get to it to show you it. That's what I'm waiting for. That's just the ward. That's the basically the area where you come in at from the vault door. Again, the vault door. So there's nowhere that I have that's actually open to the anybody to come through. So I still don't know what happened, guys. As I said, this vault is weird. And I've now two new people that I need to dress. That's our bar. What I call it a casino. We'll just get to it now. It'll be very handy. That's the residential area, is it? Oh, that's on the, yeah, I think it's coming to the hospital. This is it, I think. Is it this? That's the reactor. Did you hear him? He getting electrocuted. I'm looking. That's from the security room in the atrium. That's the front door, the vault door. Now, this is one of the areas that I have walled off, and as you can see, it's trapped. So, and there's also turrets there. So if anybody tries to get through the walls that I've put there, they're going to get slaughtered with those traps. So that's what I want to show you because obviously I can't go outside to show you these things. That's just the theater. You have to get electrocuted again, the water plant. I'm trying to find a one for University Point. See, they're all standing there. They should actually be in bed. Uh, that's the door. Here it is. This is University Point. So this is the pharmacy. So I can tell you now, there's 6 or 7 uh, heavy laders and what you call them, torpedo thing, the missiles in there. There's trap walls and then there's cutting blades. So let's hope nobody comes through there. And there's another place I want to show you where I put the vault door. It's a pity you can't actually look and say what one you're looking for in the line of cameras. Now look at that. There's a settler right down there. That's leading down to the water. Amazing. But she's just stuck there. Or something. He's after being electrocuted again. That's our the one we placed reactor. It's one way of keeping an eye on everyone. That's the entrance. That's the trader. I don't think it's giving me all of them right now. A lot of them are inside. I have a lot of them outside. Something's going on. I can hear noise. That's the classroom because that's on the ground floor, just in case something spawns in there. Where's that? That's in the atrium. That's near the cafe or the canteen. I'm looking for one right now in particular. I don't know if it's going to show it to me or not. Well, if he's making the noise, he might. No, that's just outside the door. It sounds as if he's been electrocuted. I don't know why. That's the other hallway. Amazing what you can find out through the cameras. So yeah, he's going berserk again. I think I already showed you that one. Now, where did she go? That's down to the water. And I have turrets there too. I think I just cut the feed there because I can't find it. It just takes a while. So we move away from that. Now, if I actually try to figure out where I am, we cut it this way for a second. That's right. You just take that wall down there and it all sort of, you can link all this through. There's dog meat. You took your time getting here. I don't think anybody comes down this far though. What I wanted to do is get back to that place with the vault door. And I always notice after using the security cameras, I can't hear my own footsteps. Can't hear them at all. So, which area was the vault door? It's down through here, wasn't it, where the reactor? This is what I want to do here. We'll run down quickly down here. so you'd be able to see it, the actual door itself. Go down this way through here. Just give me a moment. See, they're all down here. So if they can come down this far, I think it's TFC, isn't it? TFC. Yeah. Stay up, 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 up. You can see the vault door there. There is a camera there, and there I have a whole lot of turrets up here. And I don't think anything can go through that. So I don't know who attacked it. I put that there. Still trying to figure out who attacked us. I have all shelves in here. Go back up again. Yes. So they can come down here. I find that interesting. So now I'm going to get one of those guys who's unemployed and I'm going to put him on that security desk. I'm going the wrong way, am I? No, we're not. Well, technically I am. Yes. Hold on a moment. We need to go, we're not going up the stairs. We're going around the corner down here to the atrium. So they are down here. I find that interesting because the majority of the time they don't travel. As I said, I don't use mods, so there's nothing I can do to force them down there. And what time is it? Yeah, I don't even know why he's down there. As I said, there's plenty of beds. Go through the exit zone this way, and we're back out to the workshop. But that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed the tour. And if any of you are experiencing the same thing with ghouls, or it's usually ghouls with me, they're spawning in the middle of every settlement with me. But this one mainly, as I said, four of my people were killed. And as I said, that even though they were kitted out and all that type of thing, and armor and all that, and had guns, they got caught up in between these small little hallways. And when you have 30 odd ghouls coming at you, like I suppose you can't, it's going to happen, but I was very annoyed over it. But if anybody else having weirdness with the game and with the Slocum Joes, I also know that I'll show you this one here. Move over here, right back away from that. Um, I think it's Neon Flats, or is it the Art Deco? I think it's the Art Deco. You have to find an apartment. Well, the apartment basically has no ceiling and no floor in it anymore. You're just walking on air. But you have to find it to collect the picket fences. But a couple of people I've heard say that the floors and all have disappeared. It's supposed to be a player's home, um, as well. But the Slocum Joes as well doesn't work. The counter doesn't work since the update. But I'm just wondering if anybody else having problems with ghouls and feral dogs, etc., spawning in the middle of their settlements where, as I said, there's no spawn points. Let me know if you have any problems like that because I'm trying to figure it out. What is it? Is it to do with my game, or as I said, I don't use mods, so I don't know. The first time it happened to me was last November. I wasn't even using anything to do with Creation Club at the time. I only started using that in December. So anyway, that's it, guys. And as I said, I hope you enjoyed the tour. And until the next time, look after yourselves and each other.